What we have here is a Teischord organ. Here's the schematic for the Teischord organ. With a resistor laying on it. If ever needs a schematic, hey, there it is, huh? Oh, can you read it? I don't know. My test wire's out of here. I was trying to correct a tuning issue by putting in resistors, and it didn't do me a bit of good. A few metal shavings laying around here too. And I'll show you why there are metal shavings laying around, because, see, the problem was all these tuning coils, it's not uncommon to have ones where some person that may not have had the kind of training that they needed before taking this upon themselves, to put it mildly, put like super glue or something stupid in them, and they didn't have them tuned right. No, excuse me, frog in my throat. Just getting over this crazy cough, and still clearing my throat some. But it basically makes it so that when you try to turn them with the proper tool, they crack, and they started breaking. And so I went, well, you know, there's a real easy way around this, and I'm giving a slight endorsement here. This product has, I've used this stuff so much, it's Goop automotive adhesive, and it has great properties, as you can see, for a lot of repair tasks. It dries kind of like rubber bands. You can grab a piece of that, tiny thread of that, and it'll, you know, probably lift the container quite easily. It's very strong stuff, and kind of dries like rubber bands. So what I'm doing, I'm just putting a little of that goop in here, because if you want to pull it out, you can take a pair of tweezers and go snap, and it'll come out, and it won't hurt anything. It won't destroy your coils any further. Somebody manages to figure out how to dissolve that adhesive, they could pull it out and restore it. However, nobody looks at them anyway, and what's the harm of putting a little metal shaving in there? I'm tuning these right now. Let's see, it's staying nice and stable. Everything's perfect. And I'm about to do the last one here, so I'll show you how to do that. Very simple. Take a little of this goop, put a little dab of it right on the top of it there, okay? A little dab will do ya, as they used to say. If you put this stuff in your hair, man, it would not be a good thing. Oh, well, except I use it on the back just to, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, goop would make a really cool hairdo. I may have inspired a whole new style thing. I can see all these punker kids, you know, saying, wow, this stuff's really cool. We can do even weirder stuff with our hair. You know? But anyway, modern day punkers. We don't have a lot of real punkers anymore. Kind of the goth people have taken over, I think. They pretty much did away with well, I don't know, there's some in Eugene still. Of course, there's still hippies in Eugene, so. Anyway, Eugene, things precipitate there. They just, yeah, it's close. My hair flat, so since my hair flat, I can take and just move that piece of steel up a little bit, and we'll just work with it, and that goop will be drying over the next few minutes here to where it'll be completely stable, and it will not move any further. That's perfect. I hit the right spot there, it appears. Okay, well, that was easy. Compared to finding another coil that size, that would not be easy. Okay, I'm always looking down here. But anyway, Bob Weigel signing off. Alrighty, we got it all up and running again. You know, I discovered I was running at 120 volts on a 100-volt Japanese unit, Teischord. I worked on one of the early Teischord amps. It was from the 1930s, I think, for Costas here. He bought one from a guy, and I was trying to find a little info on it because it didn't even have all the tubes in it, and I had to, you know, reverse engineer what it was supposed to use. But I asked the guy who does the Teischord amp site, and he said, yeah, I've seen one amp, I think, like that. And he sent me a picture, and it was the same amp. Had the same broken part inside of it and stuff. It was like, wow. Yeah, that was a rare beast. But, yeah, you get a really nice kind of, you know, turn it down to 100, and you get, you know, a nice clean sound. 14, it really gets a nice... At your own risk, for sure. If you go beyond a little bit of time, I didn't calculate how far the closing resistors are in there to power spec or anything. Assume they put plenty in there. Not always. Saxophone, violin, vibrato, no vibrato, trumpets, clarinet, flute. Mix them, you get some interesting little combos. And it's bass, no bass. So the whole keyboard is then the same. Very limited tuning range. 10 cents maybe. Up and down there. But anyway, that is the Teischord. And yeah, I think all the caps, Major Good ESR, they made some really amazing caps those years, the Japanese. I see very few failures in them. It's amazing how those old electrolytics are still hanging in there. All the American and Chinese ones, forget it. Just didn't have what it took. They did a totally different process on them. Okay, anyway, yeah, well, this is another Teischord B. Schematic doesn't say Teischord B1 up there. It says Teischord or Teischord B. It doesn't say B1. The other one has a little subscript 1. And as you remember, possibly from the video that I'm going to stick right in front of this, or yeah, I'll put this one behind it. That would make more sense, I guess, except this one is the earlier one, maybe. Anyway, it's got potentiometers down there. You might be able to see if I can lift this up. I'm holding it. That's what the cards look like on this Hummer. There we go. Some things in the bottom I need to vacuum out. Anyway, but this one's in really nice shape. Beautiful unit. I'll pull the front panel down so you can see it here. Ooh, it's got the stand in nice shape. Yeah, really a great unit, just not hardly a scratch on it. So, yeah, we need a bunch of cleaning up and stuff, but looks like it's in pretty amazing shape other than that, and some worms or something died on that schematic, and to clean that off and kind of marred it up a little bit, but still read it. Alrighty, well anyway, yeah, glad to get one that was easier for a change. That's probably the easiest thing I've worked. Another Teischord B I'm about to ship here. Getting occasional crackle still. Anyway, yeah, just a couple keys are still a little bit bouncy and need to be hit a bunch of times. But main point, these capacitors are bad. The green ones, the light green ones, I replaced with white ones there and there. Now I got vibrato again, and perhaps just a hair faster than it should be because they're like 0.3 instead of, put 0.27s in there. Yeah, and I could add a 0.1 and bring them up to 0.4 on the back. Just isn't enough room there. Or the wide leads of a 0.3 I've got, or 0.4, 3.9. This one somebody used, you can see the green connectors. Those were added by somebody who decided all the old ones were crap, and they put in the extended ones, and so you have to slide the card all the way to the back. Replaced all the caps in there that were high ESR. You can see the blue ones on those divider cards. You got your identical sections of dividing 3 parts, except for the C has 4 parts and they had it in the wrong slot. quite interesting. Somebody really hacked this one up. A few other little weird things that I touched up, but yeah, a lot of bad connectors, and yeah, this one has the schematic sitting there. I guess I put that in there in case somebody needs a clip of it. I don't think that's hard to get online though. Yep, Teischord B. It's ready to ship, and finally get this one done. I had it initially seemed to work, and I don't know if those caps failed over time, but when these failed here, they make it so none of the balance control or any of that stuff works. So you get a tone through and barely do any of the footages make any difference, because the inline cap, the coupling cap, is one that goes high ESR. And those green ones act like they're bad electrolytics. Yep, and that's that.